In this video, I'm going to tell you how to beat the sugar addiction if you have ADHD. My name is Karen Broda. I'm a fitness mindset coach and personal trainer, and my superpower is my ADHD brain. Yeah. So I started this YouTube channel, partially because writing a blog just required too much focus. Don't have that. So YouTube video, totally my jam. But to be honest, I couldn't find really any information out there on fitness and nutrition for ADHD that wasn't from this clinical standpoint that focused on just managing your health and getting by with this canned advice. There was nothing about optimizing and thriving in your health and wellness and getting the dream body, that super fit body you want, because you are worthy of that, by the way. Not to mention, there was nothing about the mindset component, really that self-sabotage, which comes from our mind and our subconscious, from beliefs that are holding us back. So this content is all about fitness and nutrition, so you can optimize your body and get that dream body, but also about changing and reprogramming your subconscious to get that on board, so you have beliefs to support what you're after with your fitness and wellness. So let's dive in. Okay, cutting out sugar. I had this question the other day and I was like, this is great because I hear this all the time and completely had overlooked this for a little while. How to cut out sugar or beat the sugar addiction. So I'm going to give you the tips and tricks that I use that allow me to eat sugar without going overboard or getting addicted. So watch the end when I share those strategies with you. If you watch previous videos or just know me, it's all about the mindset piece first. Because if you've tried all these tips and tricks before, because I know you have, and you've definitely heard them before, well, they probably haven't stuck with you for the long term. Because if they had, you wouldn't be watching this video. That's where the problem lies. If you're not doing the mindset piece, all of these strategies are not going to work for the long term. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even a year, and then you're just going to fall off the wagon. Because the mindset piece is like the foundation of a house. Without that foundation, that solid, sturdy foundation, the house is going to crumble. So without the mindset piece, all those tips and tricks are just going to crumble. They're not going to stay standing. So I got 3 mindset topics, tips, tricks. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but I got 3 of them for you about how you can start to reprogram your mind to beat the sugar addiction, and then I'll give you the tips and tricks to layer on top of that. The first mindset piece, release the guilt and release the shame around eating sugar. Because I know that when you're eating sugar or thinking about eating sugar or thinking that I need to stop eating sugar, you feel so much guilt. You feel like, I'm not good enough. I'm doing this wrong. I can't eat well. I can't beat this craving. There's something wrong with me. Why can't I do this? I'm just not good enough. I need to try harder. All of these things, all of the guilt, and there could be some shame there too. And what I want you to know is that even if you feel like you're addicted to sugar, or you are, that doesn't mean you're any less of a person. You're still perfect. You're still worthy. You're still whole. Eating sugar does not define your worth and who you are and what you can achieve in this world. So I want you to release that guilt, because eating sugar is not who you are. And there could be that shame. Maybe as a kid, your parents might have told you oh, you have a sweet tooth, you just eat too much sugar, you should really stop eating sugar. And you've carried that on to now of just wow, man, I eat sugar and that defines who I am, and that means I'm a bad person. And that's not true. So right now, you can pause this video. I want you to say out loud to yourself that you forgive yourself for thinking that you're not whole, that you're not worthy, that you're, less than perfect, because you are perfect, because you're eating sugar or you're addicted to sugar. That is the first step. You're still perfect. You're still worthy. Second piece. What you're telling yourself is what the actions you're going to take. So if you're telling yourself, I just can't beat the sugar addiction. I just can't stop eating sugar. I just wish I could stop eating sugar. I eat too much sugar. I have a sweet tooth. I just love sugar. If you keep telling yourself that, and even saying it loud, do you believe that tomorrow when you wake up, you're just gonna be like, no, I just don't eat sugar. I only eat foods that nourish my body. I don't have a sugar addiction. I feel good with the foods I eat, and you'll never eat sugar again. No, that's not gonna happen. Because you keep telling yourself that you eat sugar, that you have a sweet tooth, that you can't stop eating sugar. So all of these thoughts in your head are just reinforcing your subconscious that you like sugar and you can't stop eating sugar. But what if you started to tell yourself and started to rewrite that story saying, I'm learning to choose foods that nourish my body. I enjoy eating foods that nourish my body. I enjoy eating vegetables and lean proteins. I'm learning to optimize my diet and nutrition. What if you said those things to yourself? Then I bet tomorrow when you woke up, you're like, yeah, I do choose foods that nourish my body, or I'm learning to choose foods that nourish my body. And you're gonna probably start to take action towards that. Now, a lot of this, the thoughts, which come from our beliefs, come from our childhood. So perhaps when you're younger, your parents just told you that you have a sweet tooth, or you junk food is okay to eat. It could be a lot of different things that your parents might have told you, or what you came to learn to believe is true as a kid is what you're holding on to now. And maybe you don't even consciously realize it. Because what we learn as a kid is stored in our subconscious deep down, and we don't usually notice that at all until it comes up and manifests in our daily life in a different form. And there could be a lot of different ways that has been created when you're a kid. So it's starting to find what the root is and sitting with it. When you come to this trigger of oh my God, I'm eating sugar, and I'm telling myself that I have a sweet tooth and that I can't stop eating sugar, if you can just take a pause, even do a little meditation or just some deep breathing and be like, what else am I feeling around this? What other experiences or images are coming up for me? Because that could start to tell you where the root of this is. Maybe it's something your parents did say as when you were a child, or maybe it was something your friend always did or told you. And then if you can start to rewrite that story and start to heal what happened as a kid and know that I'm still loved unconditionally, I'm still worthy and perfect, and these are just beliefs that I have, but they're not true of the world or true of myself. If you can start to change those things and forgive yourself for believing those, then you can start to create beliefs that support what your goals are around your nutrition and your wellness. And that's going to give you these thoughts that you're, yes, nourishing your body with amazing foods, and you're going to take action towards that. So if that feels like a struggle, or you just really need some more guidance on that, definitely watch to the end of the video, and I'll tell you a few ways that I work with clients to start to heal the subconscious and give more tips and tricks around this. And you can also just check the links below on some ways to work with me, because you guys, that's my bread and butter, is diving into the mindset and starting to have beliefs that really serve you around your wellness. Okay, third thing for mindset. And I mean, you've already done the first part of what I'm going to tell you, which is recognize that you're eating more sugar than you want to be eating. And you're watching this video, so you've probably already done that. So recognizing, and then accepting, and then choosing. Okay, so recognizing you're eating more sugar than you want. Totally fine, and that you want to make a change. Perfect. Then it's accepting. And by accepting, I mean that you're accepting I am eating too much sugar, or more sugar than I want to. And that is okay. That is okay. Like the first part. I'm still worthy. I'm still perfect. That is okay. And then choosing to choose or eat foods that nourish you. So in the moment when you're eating sugar, and this comes with practice, but if you can be like, okay, I'm recognizing that I want to stop eating the sugar that I'm eating, this chocolate, it's delicious, I'm recognizing. I'm accepting that I'm eating this, but that is okay. I'm still a worthy, perfect human being. I'm going to choose, though, to have some foods that nourish me. So I'm going to put the chocolate down, and I'm going to make a meal that's going to taste really good and feel really good. This comes with practice of being mindful as you're eating and in the moment. And I know our brains like to be super reactive, but guys, you can do this. I can do it. My clients can do it. You 100% can do this. It starts with watching this video, so you've done the first part. Okay, let's get into the mindset piece. Not the mindset piece, the tips and tricks piece. That was the mindset piece. Into the tips and tricks. These are things that are the tactical parts that once you have the mindset component in are really going to help you solidify your new habits of beating the sugar addiction. And this is what I use too on a daily basis, where I can still enjoy my sugar. I love my chocolate, but I'm not going overboard. I'm eating what feels good and fun for me, but I'm not getting addicted. Number 1, don't keep sugar in the house. And by this, I don't mean just like bags of sugar, don't keep in the house. I mean, look at your food labels and check where all the sugar is, because it's going to be in more places than you think. Like if you eat flavored yogurt, there's lots of sugar in there. Granola is a sneaky one. Even protein powders, even artificial sweeteners can start to trigger that craving response for regular sugar. So take a look at nutrition labels and see how much sugar in grams is in the product. If you're like, ooh, 20 grams of sugar for like a 30-gram serving. Oh, that's a lot of sugar. Maybe I'm not going to have that. Even milk, like a skim milk, has sugars in it, right? Doesn't mean you need to get rid of your milk. But looking at all the foods in your house, if you're like, wow, there's a lot of sugar in these foods, I'm eating a lot of processed foods, okay, let's start to eliminate ones that you could go without. Maybe instead of eating that sweetened or flavored yogurt, you're having a plain yogurt. Instead of the granola you bought from the store, you're going to make your own without doing added sugars or adding sugars. That's what I meant. Hey, number 2. Sugar gives us dopamine, so you're going to get your dopamine from other sources. Yeah, by movement and other things. So moving your body, go for a walk, go for a run, do some Pilates, do some yoga, go for a full workout. Just move your body, have a dance party. I mean, that's amazing. It's fun. It gets your heart rate up. It triggers more dopamine. Just go move your body. Second part of that, go out into nature. Nature is beautiful for us, and it's just so relaxing and really good for resetting. Also, find a hobby you love. Go do that. Go have some social connection. Just get your dopamine from other sources. And the more you do that, the more it's going to feel easier and easier, so you won't just be relying on sugar. Okay. And the third thing, fuel your gut. So there's a lot of research coming out about gut health, probably in the last 10 years. And fueling your gut, which makes it more of us than our DNA, can be a great way to start to nourish your body, where you're going to get into the habit of nourishing your body and not just eating sugar. So that can look like a probiotic. I take mine every day, and I'll post a link below to the one I use. I absolutely love it. It's super convenient too. It's in a powder form, so I can just kind of mix it into whatever I'm eating or drinking, whether I'm on the go or not. And it has prebiotics in it as well, so I absolutely love that. Kombucha, other fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi. So getting in the probiotics into your gut, oh, fantastic. Because 80% of our serotonin is made in our gut, not our brain. So get some more serotonin. Also a win. And our gut also is related to our recovery from workouts, to how our skin looks, our immunity. So many things that are functioned in our body come from our gut. Fuel your gut. Okay, guys, that is it for our tips and tricks. So we had the check labels of your food where sugar is and get rid of it. Number 2, go get your dopamine from other sources. And number 3, fuel your gut. But of course, you need this mindset piece to really make these tips and strategies work for you for the long term. So if you're like, yes, this mindset, I'm ready to learn more, I'm ready to dive in, I'm ready to make a serious, lifetime change, I'm tired of falling off the wagon all the time and really want to make habits that serve me and that feel easy and just flow as my natural part of the day that I'm not going to forget about, then definitely click the links below on to learn how to work with me. I have 2 programs. I am still accepting clients for both. So let's hop on a call. We'll see if we are fit to work together, and I will let you know what program is going to be best for you. Because mindset's my bread and butter, guys. And that is it. Of course, click like, click subscribe, and tell one friend about this. Not just as it boosts my ego, but more importantly, it gets this message out to other women who need to hear this. Like I said, there's a shortage of info out there about the fitness, about the nutrition, and especially about the mindset, about optimizing and thriving, and not just managing or getting by. I'll see you tomorrow.